Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm Jarvis Jones. I'm going to be your guest speaker for the day. And I have two goals that I'm hoping that I'll be able to accomplish with you guys today. That first goal is to help you all improve performance. Now, my next goal is to help you guys maximize your potential. Now, the only way that I can accomplish these goals or even think about getting close to these goals is I need two things to happen. The first thing is I need us to be interactive with one another. Like we have to bounce conversations and we have to bounce ideas off each other because otherwise it just becomes me talking and you guys just sitting there. And I don't want that to happen. Now, the second thing that has to happen is I'm going to be very transparent with you guys. Like I don't want to come in here and give you a false reality. I don't want to just give you something that's peaches and creams and not really true. I don't want to hide the truth in any of this thing, any of the things that I'm talking about. I don't want to hide that from you guys. So if you guys would have met me 10 plus years ago, I wouldn't have been who you see today. I wouldn't have been this guy that wanted to encourage you or to motivate you or to inspire you to do good things with your life. If you guys would have met me 10 plus years ago, I was actually on the end of a 15-year sentence. I was convicted at 17 for 15 years of simple armed robbery. Right? Yeah, I know. So, and I tell people all the time, I got sentenced for simple armed robbery, but I really got sentenced because I was fearful. I was afraid. And I know a lot of times, like kids, we deal with peer pressure and like we deal with this emotional baggage and peer pressure from our friends and friends wanting us to do this, but we have this thing that we don't want to let anyone down and we don't want to hurt anyone. We don't want to be seen as scared. We're so afraid of being ourselves that we let go of ourselves to be someone else, and in return we lose ourselves. Like I can remember sitting in the car, like I was afraid, man. I was terrified. But the only thing that kept going through my mind was like, don't let your brother down. Don't let your brother down. But everything in me wanted to get out of the car. I just wanted to run. But I couldn't do it because I wanted to be accepted. And like that acceptance, man, it was everything. And acceptance, it was gonna fill a void that I was missing. And I know a lot of guys where I came from, they felt that same acceptance because now that I sit back and think about it while I'm talking to you guys, like that's why so many guys I knew joined gangs. Like that's why so many guys I knew they wanted to fight. That's why so many guys I knew when I was growing up, they didn't want to do what they had to do in class. Like they were all afraid. And it's crazy. They were afraid of acceptance. Like what this individual had to say about me or what this individual thought about me was more important than what I thought about me. And in the process, I lost who I was. And when I lost who I was, I lost everything. I lost everything. A person once asked me, he said, what was the biggest lesson that you've ever learned in life? I said, easy. You learn more through failure than success can ever teach you. Because in failure, see, there's this discomfort that you go through, and it's so painful and it's so agonizing till when you look in the mirror, you don't recognize yourself and you ask yourself like, dang, like what did I do? What did I get myself into? And you get to a point where it's like you're ready to give up. You just want to quit. Like nothing matters. You failed. Like that's the end of the world. But see, it's not the end of the world, guys. It's not the end of the world at all. See, what you have to do and what you probably don't realize is it's that failure piece, that pain you feel, that's that opportunity to grow. That's the piece you need to grow. that thing that's on the inside of you that says you want to go to school and be a doctor, you want to go to school and be a lawyer, but hey, you didn't do so good on this ACT, or you're not doing so good in biology. Like, that's your opportunity to grow. It's just we've been trained so long to look at failure as something to we've looked at failure so long as a bad thing that we didn't realize that through our failures is our biggest success. And we missed the forest. No, we missed the tree because we're blinded. We're so blinded because, man, I got a bad grade and I don't know what to do. But let me tell you something. Ali once said he didn't start counting his sit-ups until he felt the pain. Like, think about that. He knew that the sit-ups in the beginning, they really didn't count, because it's when he felt the pain, when he felt the discomfort, when he felt the agonizing feeling in his stomach that told him to stop, and his mind said, you keep going. Because on the other side of this pain, hear me now, on the other side of this pain is success. He said, if I fight and I struggle through this pain, I can live and be a champion forever. And the problem is, when we face this pain, we want to cower out. We get a bad grade on this test, and we no longer want to sit up in here and take it anymore. Like, it's not gonna take much. You just gotta keep doing just keep doing what you was doing. So what? You didn't get this grade that you want. Keep trying. So what? You didn't listen. You didn't get this what you wanted on this essay. Keep trying. You didn't get what you thought you was gonna get on this math test. Keep trying. Your friends didn't accept you. Keep trying for different friends. Because at this point, they weren't your friends in the beginning. So now I'm gonna tell you a quick story. Now, I sat here and I told you guys about all this pain and how I went to jail and how this discomfort I felt and how agonizing it was. But let me tell you something. Not only did my failures shape me, it cultivated me. And what I mean by that is, it took me to another level, and it started to make me realize and understand, if I wanted to be in a different place in life, that I needed to take the time, the energy, and the effort to develop myself. So, see, what happened was, I put that little seed in the ground, and I got my little farming equipment, and I moved that soil up, and I got it right, and I just put a little water on it. And that water represents the energy that I needed, right? That water was all of the outside or external factors that were in my life, like me studying for this test, me going the extra mile and talking to this teacher when I know I needed help on an assignment. That was that right there. But see, I just kept on watering it, and I kept on watering, and I kept on digging, and I kept going. And in the process, my character started to develop. So the first thing was, I got rid of that fear. Then the second thing I started to do, I started to embrace my pain. Now, once I started to embrace my pain, it helped me to shape my character. And see, when I got my character in line, see, that's how I was able to go through. I was able to get my undergraduates. I got a BS in psychology. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, pain is not always bad. Like, I got 2 kids, bro, and a wife. And I got my master's while dealing with all of that. Like, it was hard, but I put in the work and I didn't stop. But guess what? I recycled all of the pain, and I kept on getting my character, and I kept on developing. And every time a situation comes, all you got to do is keep recycling. Recycle your problem. Recycle that feeling that you had. And remember what Ali said. Ali said he doesn't count when he starts to do the sit-ups. He only counts when he feels the pain. And the pain will help take him to a level that he never knew he had, because he developed. And once he developed, he was able to say he was the champion of the world. I'm Jay Jones Speaks. And like I say, nothing comes to a sleeper but a dream. And that's my time.